Hey everyone. I'm going to reintroduce myself again today. My name is Angela. I am the owner of Alignment Transformational Coaching, and I have started this podcast right at the tail end of 2021, and just kind of share some random thoughts that are raw, they're real, they're unscripted. This is just me being me, and I really enjoy sharing information that I gain or different thoughts on matters. I've talked about a lot of different kinds of things and will continue to do so because it's just raw and real. And whatever's on my mind is what you get. And so this week I wanted to talk about, I had a message sent to me earlier this week from someone, and we were just chatting like small talky kind of stuff. Small talk's really not my favorite, but it's good. And I was like, hey, how are you? And they were like, I need a nap for like a light year. And I was like, we say that all the time. I need a nap. I need a nap. I need a nap. And like, that's just not, it's not realistic for the majority of us, which that's a different conversation. But it also is like, what if instead of thinking and like telling ourselves like, oh, I need a nap, I don't feel like myself, or I don't feel well, or I feel tired, or I feel whatever along those lines, the solution we've told ourselves is that I need a nap. And I just sent back, maybe you need different fuel. Because if you're constantly running out of gas, maybe it's not that you need a nap. It's not that you need to put your car in park and turn it off and go sleep for a while. You need to refuel. It's not necessarily that you do need a nap. It might be that you need different fuel, or better fuel, or just more fuel. And like, I want to put out there, yes, you absolutely need rest. Yes, chronic fatigue is a real thing. And I get it. And like fibromyalgia is a real thing. You get really wore out. Any autoimmune disease, really, like you get wore out, which is way faster than the average person. And I hear you. I feel you. I have an autoimmune disease. Bro, it sucks. And there's days where I am just wiped because my body hurts. And that is all true. And I have been looking at and finding ways to fuel my body differently than I have in the past. And I have so much energy, so much more energy, that those days were typically like, okay, yesterday, all right, you guys, I had to start. For those of you who've been following along with all this, I had gone off all my meds. I was doing some cleanse stuff, had to go back on some meds because I was in rough shape, like zero functionality, could not get dressed by myself. And so I started a weekly medication, and then I, 2 Mondays ago, and I started a prednisone round on Saturday, and I am feeling better. And I won't be on prednisone for that long, like 5 weeks maximum, I think. But it'll give me a place to start back to, okay, I can function now so that I can do the food prep that I need to do. Because like I couldn't prep food. I couldn't get dressed. I couldn't, like, getting to work took me a long time because I can't hold on to the freaking steering wheel. So all of these things were just a problem. So the prednisone will bring me back to a level where I can function so that I can do the food prep that I want to do and need to do. In order to, when I go off the prednisone and eventually when I go off my weekly medication, that I will be able to sustain no meds and healing. I'll go into that more as I go through this process, but right now, point is about fuel. So in this journey of finding the fuel that's going to, fuel me the best, I have started with just lemon water in the morning. And I had somebody this week, a coaching client, we just started last week, and I had her start literally start 16 ounces of lemon or lime water in the morning. That's all the changes that I wanted her to make this week. And so we met last Wednesday, and I got a text message Monday morning. Excuse me. Monday morning, she was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was 7 o'clock Monday morning. She has a day off on Mondays, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I have been awake since 5:30. Already had my lime water. I feel really, really good. I have so much energy. I feel amazing." And I was like, "How cool is it that is literally the only thing we changed? You were 4 or 5 days in, and that is just freaking cool." So you guys, like, you don't have to do this all at once. So I am doing lemon water followed by celery juice, followed by a detox smoothie, followed by fruit all morning, and like being conscious of when I eat fats and like all this stuff. And like, you guys, also I cut a ton of things out. Not a ton, but like 7 or 8, maybe 9 things. I don't know if it's even that many. It might only be 7. Anyways, a few. I've cut around between 5 and 10 things out of my diet. And I did those incrementally. Cutting those things helped give me better fuel because I had to replace them with something else. And that made me feel a lot better. This client started literally, we didn't cut anything. We didn't add anything except the lemon or lime water first thing in the morning and having nothing for 30 minutes after that. And you guys, that is just so cool that even that thing alone has given her so much more energy. And I am just really looking forward to more people being able to feel better, have more energy, do the things they want, become more of themselves, feeling like themselves by doing simple things like that. Adding 16 ounces of lemon or lime water to your day is not terribly difficult. And I think the other thing that's cool is that by adding that, not only are you like giving your body that hydration, it's also a commitment to yourself. So every day that you drink that water, you're saying, "Hey, body, I see you, I hear you, and I want to honor you by giving you this water." And you're telling your brain, "Hey, I have like the hiccups or something. I am committed to this. I'm committed to healing my body. I'm committed to making this change. I'm committed to drinking this water." And that will set a habit in formation. And it will be just so cool because you're honoring your body, you're honoring your mind, you're honoring all of these things, and you're telling yourself, "I can do this," because you're following through on a commitment that you made. It's not a New Year's resolution kind of thing where you're like, "Hey, I'm going to start eating no sugar starting January 1. And then 3 weeks in, you are eating all of the sugar and it's like it's gone, right? Like you didn't actually do the thing. You did the thing for, 14, 21 days, but that wasn't your goal. Your goal wasn't to do it for 3 weeks. Your goal was to do it for the whole year. And you don't get that habit set in, and then like you are telling yourself like, "I can't commit to this." But with drinking this lemon water every morning, it is such a small change. Like you can do it. I know that you can do it. Like you can add that to your daily routine, and it is just going to serve you so, so well. I highly recommend that. I just thinking about like where your fuel is coming from. What inputs are you consuming? What things are you putting out? And really primarily, there's like 2 huge pieces of this. Input, output. Input, social media is input. It's not just food. It's not just what you're drinking or eating. It's social media. It's conversations. It's your environment. It's like who you're around. It's all of these things. And if you constantly have this dialogue of like, "I can't," or "you can't," or "you suck," or whatever, you're not going to continue to grow in a positive way. You're going to become like even callous to that. Your soul is going to be hurting. Your soul is going to be fractured because you're not receiving good fuel. So yeah, you're going to be wore out because you're not receiving healthy, good fuel as input. Similarly, but very different with output, if those are the things you're telling yourself, if you're telling yourself, my body's attacking itself, if you're telling yourself, oh, I suck at this, if you're telling yourself all of these negative things that we tell ourselves, like whether it's about appearance or whether, like whatever it is, if you're telling yourself negative things, you begin to believe those things. And that is output and input. And strictly output, if you are constantly giving, you're giving to your kids or your husband or your wife or your boss or your coworkers or your neighbor or literally whoever it is, your parents, it doesn't matter. If you are constantly giving, but you're not ever taking good things in for yourself, yeah, you're going to be tired. Yes, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to want a nap. You're going to need a nap. And I really believe that you can be to a point in your life where you don't need a nap every day. You don't, that you can feel energized and you can feel like yourself and you can feel good and healthy and being able to move by making some of these changes, by changing what goes in, by ensuring that when you are giving out, that you're also getting in good, healthy, nutritional fuel. Whether that's fuel, whether that's food, whether that's water, whether that's people, literally whatever that input is, that is a game changer for how you function as your human self. So here is, you guys, even for me to say, yesterday, I had a really hard day. I started prednisone on Saturday. Yeah, we came back around to that. I got distracted somewhere in there. Can't imagine why. Okay, so started prednisone Saturday. Sunday, I felt amazing. I could lift my arms. This is the first time I could lift my arms in 3 weeks. I was so excited. And yesterday, so Monday, I used my hands too much. And, yesterday was Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I'll post this in the morning. Anyway, yesterday was like a setback. And my body hurt. And I was just a little bit more sluggish than I had been the last couple days. And that kind of sucked for me. And I had a few people in my life say hey, you look so much better today than you did last week when we saw you. And you were doing so good for yourself. And I was like, wow, even though my body hurts more today, even though my hands are not working literally at all, I can't hold on to a pen. I can't hold on to a steering wheel. I couldn't do things yesterday. They reminded me that I am leaps and bounds further and healed more than I was a week ago. And that was just really encouraging. It kept me from going down this my hands hurt physical setback and making it a mental setback as well, because then I get depressed and then I don't move forward at all the rest of the week because I'm not doing well. And so I was able to keep that from happening yesterday. And part of that started with my ability to stick with my commitments, to drinking my lemon water, to drinking my celery juice, to having my heavy metal detox smoothie in the morning. And by doing those things yesterday, just kidding. Yesterday was the day after the shot, so I don't do the heavy metal detox smoothie right after the shot. You guys don't even need to know that, but for my own sake. But I had a smoothie. I do a different one on Tuesdays. Those things, staying committed to those things, was instrumental for my energy yesterday. And I had energy all the way up until I was going to go to bed last night. And I felt really good. I had energy to make a big batch of soup for dinner. I had the energy to do laundry last night. I had energy to clean the kitchen. And you know, there are days when the kitchen just is not a priority. Because sometimes it's just so messy. We even spontaneously made cookies last night. just the things that we have energy to do now that we are taking care of ourselves is just awesome. So here's to finding new, different, better fuel for yourselves, and to, man, just finding good input, getting rid of toxic input and finding really healthy, good input. And if you guys are looking for some of that, I'm sure that I could help you find some healing paths and can help you get rid of some toxicity. So if you guys need help with that, or you need help forming habits, or you want to get on this this train of working with coaching to heal your body, please reach out. Any of my social media accounts or my email. I will link my website, which you can book an appointment in. I will link that website in the description. And I hope you guys have a really good week. And if you need some fuel, maybe start with some lemon water first thing in the morning. Nothing for 30 minutes after. Really, really good. Very refreshing. All right, you guys. See you next week.